first DWI of the year.
Yeah.
After he was cited following a single-car accident in which Hardy admitted to being the driver of the mangled 2016 Cadillac CTS-V sedan. Police said that at the time, Hardy had reportedly blew a .25, more than 3 times the legal limit. Shortly after, back in July, we reported that he was arrested for public intoxication and impairment in South Carolina. So he seems to appear to be struggling again after doing so well. Hardy is expected to appear in court Thursday, November 7th for the DWI charges. He also had his license revoked for for at least another 30 days pending his hearing. I think they should just take it away. I mean, after you get so many D-dubs, you shouldn't be able to have one anymore, right?
That happens in certain states.
In certain states. I think it should be in more states. Or any state where Jeff Hardy is. Or the Usos, for that matter. Brother Matt Hardy acknowledged the incident in a tweet saying, "This is wonderful." No.
I don't think so. Oh, it would be great, though. I want to hear what Vanguard 1 has to say about the incident, honestly.
Jeff was found sleeping under the dilapidated boat. No, he tweeted...
Senor Benjamin raked him up with the leaves.
They refused to put him in the Lake of Rejuvenation anymore.
Oh, no, he's used it up.
No, he tweeted, "Since so many have asked me about my brother tonight, I love my brother and want him to be happy and healthy. I've expressed that to him as much as I can. Jeff has to make his decisions about his life. I have to focus on my 2 boys and soon to arrive son," as if he didn't already have 1 or 2. "I can only control my actions."
Yeah, and obviously, Paystee and I, at least, we turn everything into a comedy, especially most tragedies. And we're sitting here and we're laughing about it. We're making jokes, but it is a super sad, serious situation. It is. I mean, you got to make jokes about these things, otherwise you just fucking revel in despair.
Right.
But I do want to say, at this point, even though I believe Jeff Hardy physically could probably go another 5 years in wrestling and do great, I would love to see him just get completely out of the business and focus on his personal life.
Get sober,
He
maybe
needs
write
to,
a few
obviously.
books.
I think that would be awesome. I think I would
he
buy
could start
book
a Bob
yet.
Ross show. I'd watch that shit.
Yeah, it's like he has so much to give that is I don't know.
I think wrestling and music are the 2 worst worlds you can possibly be in when you're as far gone as him.
I would agree.
And he exists in both of those realms.
Exactly. So he just needs to take a break from what has been his life and start a new blank slate life, I think. Anything else on this?
I wish him the best, and I hope he can see some sort of recovery.
I think he will. He's strong.
After so
He's
long,
weak
I have
in
a
some
hard time
ways.
holding out hope for people, and that's universally across people in my life.
Yeah,
I see shit like this pretty regular basis, and
to
me, it's so ugly. It's so ugly, and
you and I have dealt with some similar things, Luke. So we both see a lot of this.
Yeah,
and it's the minority that actually makes it through. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody, Paystee, who has made it through despite years of not being on the radar, while announcing a new reality show, which was dubbed Miller's Family Treasures, Master P, make him say, "Ah!"
This ain't no motherfucking P. Let me hear you say, "Ah!"
Announced he was getting back into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Master P excitedly told a group of reporters, we're getting into wrestling. Vince McMahon, you in trouble, because I'm about to take over wrestling. When asked what his wrestling company was called, contain yourself, Paystee, contain yourself.
It just makes me giggle so much. Like, I see Master P dressed up as, like, Macho Man cutting this promo on Vince. And he's got, like, crack cooking behind him, and he's got white under his nose.
Crack like this.
Big booty bitches in the back.
Master P mentioned House of Glory when he was asked about what his wrestling company was called. And as many of you may know, some of you may not, the New York-based promotion House of Glory is a school and promotion founded by Amazing Red, who is amazing talent, for lack of a better word. He said, HOG, House of Glory. HOG, House of Glory Wrestling. I'm hiring all the top wrestlers. Come over here. If you don't want your managers all up in the videos, dancing, come on over to HOG. A spokesperson from House of Glory has actually confirmed that Master P is now a majority owner of HOG. Take of this what you will, but, Paystee, as I watched the latest episode of AEW, Tony Schiavone made sure to shout out HOG during the tournament match between Bucks and Private Party on Dynamite this week. Of course, Private Party came up in House of Glory under Amazing Red's tutelage.
Ooh, good words.
Thank you. Now, Paystee, to put this in perspective as far as
words.
People who own wrestling companies, Master P's net worth is $500,000, which is a lot to me, a lot less to the man with the best words. But if you think about it, Billy Corgan, who owns NWA, his net worth is $50 million or $50,000. It says $50, but I don't think that's right.
It does. I was confused. I'm like, wow.
Billy Corgan's only worth $50. He's had some problems, all right? Nobody woke him when September ended.
No wonder Power looks like it's straight out of the 80s. That's all
Billy
they could
Corgan
afford.
Is worth $50,000, so about 10 times less.
Yeah.
He runs NWA, which is right now bigger than HOG. Now, of course, Vince McMahon is worth $3 billion, and Shahid Khan is worth $8 billion. Now,
all
again,
I know is Master P needs to get
Paystee,
Little John for the ring announcer for HOG.
That would be so awesome.
Would that not be the best?
How about Mr. Cow?
Yeah.
He was Little John before Little John was around.
Right, yeah. Probably the better one. He's probably, yeah.
But to put this in perspective, folks, again, a person's net worth is not what they can invest into a company. A lot of people get that screwed up. A person's net worth is basically if you took everything that person owned and was connected to and could make this year working and sold it, this is what they would get.
Yeah.
So Shahid Khan is not putting $8 billion into AEW.
Right.
And
plus,
to
Master
be honest,
P owns his own record label, and that's probably a massive sink for his funding as well.
And to be honest, it's possible that Billy Corgan's $50,000, he has more funds to put into NWA than Master P's $500,000. He might have more funds available than that. So,
yeah,
this is what it is. This is comes down to holy shit. There's a whole lot more wrestling happening, and everybody's getting into it. Paystee.
Dude, it's fucking. To me, it's cool. Like, I don't know where this is gonna go. Either it's gonna be okay, it's gonna do little more than it is doing currently, or Master P is gonna run it right into the ground. Either way, this is gonna be a fun experiment, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the chef can come up with.
Na. You know what?
Did you see him on Hot Ones?
Yes. It was great. Honestly, I think it's good. Well, I know it's good, but I think it's great that we're in a world where I can say I'm not going to watch every wrestling show, and I can pick and choose what wrestling show I want to watch, just like I can pick and choose what animated show I want to watch, what comedy I want to watch, what drama I want to watch, what reality show I want to watch, what cooking competition I want to watch. It's cool that we live in a world where you don't have to be like, oh, I'm watching this show and then this show because I want to get my wrestling fix. You can say, I'm not watching these 4 shows because I like these other 3 shows.
Yeah.
And it's just growing. We're not even at the end of it for the news, Paystee.
Oh, no, not even close. As we've noted, the future of 205 Live remains up in the air following the SmackDown move from Tuesdays to Fridays. Yes. WWE ended up nixing last Tuesday's new episode of 205 Live from the Staples Center in Los Angeles shortly after they had announced Tony Nese versus Humberto Carrillo and Akira Tozawa versus Brian Kendrick for the show. Wow, I didn't think he was still around at all.
Oh, he's the Brian Kendrick.
He is.
Spanking.
It was reported that a late call made at the arena led to the show being nixed. The show was to air as a new live episode after SmackDown Fox premiere ended. WWE aired a replay of the September 24th 205 Live episode
They're
instead.
already playing replays of 205 Live. That's not good.
No. Have they made it to as many episodes of Lucha Underground yet?
No. Maybe. We don't know. There's some of the same wrestlers.
Yes. But WWE aired a replay of the September 24th 205 Live episode instead at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and then a replay of the weekly WWE NXT episode at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. WWE has not aired a new 205 Live episode since September 24th. It has been reported that WWE officials have discussed several options for the show, including doing away with it altogether, which is probably the best option.
Probably. Sadly, because I was so excited for it when they first talked about it.
Yeah, but they've already injected some of them into the main roster of Raw and SmackDown or into NXT, and they thrive there more so than they did on 205 Live. I just think you inject them into different ecosystems, let the ones that can last, and let the ones that fall off. I mean,
well,
you can't have everybody.
What about the creative team for 205 Live?
Yes, well, it has been... It was also recently revealed that the NXT creative team is now booking the cruiserweights and handling 205 Live.
I still think they just need to merge them together.
Yeah. The cruiserweights can live on NXT, no problem.
Easily.
I think it's the perfect environment for them, really. Better than having them on Raw and SmackDown. But I think some of them should be main roster as well. You can't call it the main roster anymore because NXT is the third brand.
No, who knows what the fuck? Who knows what WWE? But folks, if you're sick of watching WWE and you just want one more show to watch after your AEW, your Impact Wrestling, your MLW Fusion, your
NWA Power, your House of Glory
your
Wrestling,
Master B House of Glory. There is yet another wrestling show that you can add to your potential TV watch list.
What?
This comes from PJ Black, who some may know as Justin Gabriel in WWE.
Ooh.
He is promoting the first ever event under the Slam Force Africa banner on Sunday, October 27th.
Slam Force!
At the University of Pretoria's Rembrandt Hall in South America, which I thought was an episode of Family Guy, but apparently it's a real thing. Honestly, thought they just made that up for Family Guy.
I love that
but
episode.
Apparently it's not. He was also bringing over several American stars. The event is slated to air on Fight TV. And Paystee, the announced lineup looks decent for people we know and people I'm excited to see. So we got Andro Perseus versus Kyle Ripley, Matthew Hammer versus Prince Agbala, Makita versus X-Terminator, Celeste Bonin, which is Caitlyn from WWE, if you remember her, and Chastity Cardona versus Katie Forbes and Black Widow. And the main event will see PJ Black versus Rob Van Dam to crown the first ever Slam Force Africa champion.
Okay, I know 3 of those names potentially.
Well, you know at least Caitlyn, PJ Black, and Rob Van Dam.
Those are the 3.
There you go.
It's okay because I
And
like
more
being
things are
exposed to
going
new
on.
wrestlers. So
Exactly. And with names like Prince Eggball